for Kron to do with that FAMAS. So players flooding out, Tor getting that great frag onto Kron, so that will be the A side opened up and the retake will be on for the CTs here.
Tricky retake here, though. They've got 2 people in CT, and Leaf's covering any options to go to short. In fact, he's just going to flank them, just unaware of that presence. Forward goes down, and now it's, pretty much just Ratty trying to keep himself alive, which is going to prove tricky for him.
Great little flick there from Tor, which will bring his frag count up to 13 and 4. So great stuff coming for the main AWPer there, and we do see attack pause called from the Georgian guys.
Yeah, we do actually. There's very much sort of a star player kind of on both sides at the moment. Like, well, Zoshti and Ratty are actually at the same.
Ratty is just
KDA,
catching at those little peaks and playing very aggressively, and it's working out for him. Timing's working out for him, but he seems to get himself caught out mid to late round, unfortunately. And we do see a player drop out in the Georgian side. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe he's got to reset something, but. Hoishti gone for a little while, but it was caught as a tactical pause, so maybe just resetting a few things there.
Yeah.
What do you think about this pause being called now? It's still very early.
It's definitely an understandable decision, right? It's still relatively early, but this is the 10th round, and at that point, and this is kind of going to be, not this round, right, but after the next save, which I'm expecting to see, and the buy up after that, that's kind of going to determine the whole pace of this half, right? Because if Signature/Thailand wins the next buy round, then from that point, they're going to be looking at 11 plus rounds for the half. And that is very, very scary to have to deal with for Georgia.
Indeed, having considered that scoreline isn't that bad, though we see the new patch coming out with the spray there. I haven't had the opportunity to do that yet. Interesting one. It's a pig chasing some sort of bird. So can't wait to drop some good money on useless CS stuff when I get playing again when I get back home, but that's another story altogether.
Source. You can upload whatever you want.
I refuse to talk about, so I refuse to acknowledge that game, but here we see maybe the play they talked about in the tactical wars. Very aggressive coming up short here, and we'll see if they can make this count. Last time they just got absolutely eco-slaughtered going up there. But you see this heavy presence towards B, so nothing's going to be spotted at this moment. STK could be caught out by the players on short and in mid, but he will be retreating. So this will be a free bomb site if they can get up there. And here we see Olivia doing exactly what happened last time. Unfortunately, this mid-push and aggressive short play not panning out, but he does get tagged down. So he will retreat with that AK, not to give away a gun to this eco CT side. And Leaf again, he's good with the flank kills, isn't he? The old cuckoo kills, picking up Ratty.
Yeah. So now we're going to be... Ooh, hello.
Great little drop down.
Finding 1 kill. That's, you know, as much as you could realistically hope for, and then they're going to challenge for that one as well. Tor padding his KDA at this point, 15 to 4 on that one. Another pause coming through, though. Okay, this is a technical pause now, so not really sure how long that's going to take to resolve. Hopefully not too bad.
So 3-7, you'll be too worried, but considering that the 3 rounds that the Georgians won did come off their very convincing pistol win, the scoreline might not reflect what the direction the game is currently going, especially if you look at the economy of the two teams. I think that's probably a stronger indicator of where they're standing right now against each other.
Yeah, I mean,
Georgia
Signature
broke.
now.
Georgia broke, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Thailand, if they lose this round and the next round and the next round and the next round, their economy will probably be broken. At that point, though, it sort of becomes irrelevant. So
they will essentially be broke by the time they get to the end of the half. So they're looking quite well padded at the moment.
Yeah. So unless they decide to start investing in auto snipers, they're probably going to be all right. For economy, and that puts so much pressure on Georgia, right? Because they're just going to have to constantly fight for every round they want to scrape through, and thus far they just have not been able to find one. Not even one round since the pistol and the economic advantage that gave them have they been able to find a round, and that is a bad sign, shall we say?
Especially considering that they did win the knife there and opted for the CT side, so unfortunately not utilizing. I'd hate to see what could potentially happen if they do lead into their unfavored side with the momentum all in Thailand's favor.
You know, Ratty's even managed to get himself tagged down to 19 start here, so that, you know, little pushing play style not going to work. He basically isn't even an option for him now. Don't want to be peeking into anyone with that amount of health. So Olivia keeping his control over long doors.
So a bit slower play coming out, and Ratty, who is the aggressive forward player for the CTs here, has been tagged down, so maybe that has halted his ability to do any kind of lurking or pushing forward into upper tons. But also, having said that, might be part of a tactical move just to play more passively, hold these sides down, lock it down, and play a bit more calmer, basic CS.
Yeah, I mean, the CTs right now don't have a lot of information to work off, and that's kind of maybe going to play against them if Thailand can make good on this push coming through onto the A site. But there's the big problem they're going to face if they go for this, right? They can Molotov it properly and set things up, and yeah, they can get the site, but can they hold it when long isn't under their control? They're not even going to go for it, they're going to go mid.
Indeed, nice little fake there, and you like to see a fake, don't you? And the mid to B goes straight down as Ratty was tagged low early game, and great little play there. You like to see little fakes, don't you? And we haven't seen enough of them here on the main stage.
Yeah, no, it always is really interesting to see how people can play the mind games. Olivia, of course, by the way, holding from long doors before, kind of rotated through to catch the rotate from the CTs, is going to go down there. A little bit of an aggressive push to try and, you know, catch anyone hiding in CT. They should have been aware of her position, or his position. But that's still another round on the board here for Thailand. They just totally control this game right now. And of course, they can feel free to just hunt as much as they want as well.
There's absolutely no reason not to.
Yes!
Oh, great work there from the Thai guys. Was spotted by Hoishti, but unfortunately that AWP far too much firepower for the handle. And great round, apart from that pick on Olivia down in CT, which was a little bit aggressive, I would say, a bit pushy, but almost perfect execution there from the Thai guys.
Yeah, very nicely done. They clearly had a plan before they went onto the site, and then they, you know, executed it nicely, set things up well. They totally fooled their opponents, and you know, got the better of them on basically every front there.
As casters, knowing that we are almost never wrong, would you say we were wrong calling that this game was a bit of a fairer matchup than we've seen in the current qualifying group stages?
I don't want to call it yet. Dust 2, I mean, it certainly looks bad, right, for Georgia. But Dust 2 is a map where, as I said, it can be T-sided, and the T-side can really run away with a game very, very quickly.
That is absolutely true, but my only concern is that Georgia currently are on their preferred side. They wanted to be here. This is the position they put themselves in, and they are not delivering on, I assume, what they expected to be doing this game.
I'm not going to start doomsaying, is all I'm saying. It's not good. It's not a good situation, and right now, you know, rather resembles the situation Ratty found himself at the end there, facing far too many guns pointed his way, not being equipped to deal with them. So,
so we had 3 members of the Thai team on the 16K club.
Hey!
So it's always nice to see you as a player, just, you know, building up your bank there, a little bit of confidence builder, but we are headed into the later rounds of the first half. And the double orb setup coming out for Esports Lab, aka Georgia. So we'll see what they can do with this. And Ratty getting tagged up again, so Tor doing great work with the early peek through mid-doors. And we're going to see if Hoishti and Forward can do anything with these AWPs.
Yeah, it really is. This is kind of a last chance for them, right? They need to get the last few rounds in this half if they want to have a decent chance. And
just as we say that,
it's not going well for them.
Tor with an assist and a frag, and unfortunately Ratty was doing quite well with those aggressive forward plays before, but unfortunately getting tagged through doors last couple of rounds and deciding to push into lower tons and getting absolutely picked off there by the Thailand guys. So what now?
Well, looks like Hypnos is going to try and take matters into his own hands. Unfortunately, Leaf ready and waiting for that. Now it's just going to be 2 men to hold A, it looks like.
I feel a little bit like the Georgian team dynamic is diminishing as the rounds go on, and unfortunately, I'm going to assume that Con thought he was covered by long there, but Olivia picking off both players, so maybe a miscommunication between the last 2 players between Hoishti. But I'm going to say that the team dynamic seems to have been diminished a bit, and they do seem like they're trying to take the game into their own hands with these small aggressive pushes and peaks. The timing's just not there, and it looks like everyone's trying to do something solo, which eventually just gives really easy peaks for the sitting and waiting Thai team.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, you may as well just go hell for leather if you're CTs, right?
If you're going to go hell for leather, I'm all for hell for leather. It's one of my favorite plays in the book, but do it as a team.
Well, yeah, but you've got to, as the CTs, right, you have to be split up, so you have to, at times, just go for it on your own in tunnel or whatever. And it didn't work out that time. There's no pop flashes to set him up or anything. Zoshti here may be able to get 1 kill. Does he do so?
Great crosshair positioning there. But yeah, so here we're going to see Ratty do what he does. He loves doing this, and he's going to walk straight across there. Olivia,
Yeah.
if he spots Olivia first, he should get the frag, but no, takes get straightened down.
This is pretty much what we've seen Olivia doing a lot, actually. Very, very happy to just play the the back player, the guy that just sits back and catches someone that rushes through. I wouldn't even call it necessarily alert. It's not like he's behind enemy lines, but there's one man left. Exhausted.
And he's going to get pincered here. Jaguar's coming in. Tor does not miss with that gun, at least not in these later stages. And like I said, I feel like the Georgian team's a little bit lost right now. It's kind of like when you're trying to be the in-game leader for a bunch of five guys on like ESEA, and they're just like, you know what, don't tell me what to do. It's
a little bit rude.
I'm going to do it. The pros play in ESEA, but they just don't like being told what to do. A bit of arrogance always on the online scene. And we see the 4 DAC setup. This is disgusting, Thailand. If you can hear me, it's disgusting. Oh, God. But we do see the AK come out for Olivia, and they still hold the
deep
two.
held feelings.
The 2 AWPs come out, and the DAC decks are gone. So they're obviously trying to find a pick through mid there, and that's what you get.
I don't think they did, though. That's
they
the
didn't,
weird thing.
because DAC scrubs don't deserve anything.
Yeah, no, but I mean, they didn't even try to find, like, normally, the classic scenario, right, is you walk through mid as a CT and you just see 5 people lined up with auto snipers. Yeah, it was at that moment he realized. But on this game, I don't think they bothered. They were just like, whatever, we'll just like take the site with auto snipers.
Yeah,
somehow.
I'm glad they didn't hold on to those. But
ambitious.
Regular rifles coming out here, and if they, you know what, if they lose this round, I'm gonna say they deserve it.
Yeah.
If you have more than one DAC, it's just. There's no words for it. It's just blah.
To be honest, it doesn't really work out on T side at all. I can't think of any scenario where it would be better than an AWP.
Indeed.
So yeah, we'll see.
Just asserting their presence, the ringing out of those rifles. But after the update, it's not so easy to distinguish between a DAC and a regular sniper rifle now. So we'll see what Thailand can do here.
Thailand. One man down. It hasn't stopped them in the past. Looks like they're going to go straight through mid doors, but Karani is ready and waiting. Gets himself one. A good bit of damage on the second. Zoshi, not able to.
The blind fight, unfortunately.
Still, though, not over yet. Leaf is tempted to go through on this one, and he's been spotted by Hypnos there. That just gives the game away completely. But Tor, he's the man of the hour here for Thailand. Coming through, will be able to find one.
That is an absolute brilliant shot from Tor.
Now it's 2 people left. The timer ticking, obviously, but the bomb will come down.
These players.
He hasn't been spotted. Man himself one. One man left. It's Ratty.
If he just sprayed through that smoke, little does he know how low these 2 players are. But Ratty, with all the health in the world, Tor knowing exactly where he is. Great work from Tor. Look at that. Brilliant stuff. And he will end the half 22-4. So brilliant play with that AWP on Dust too. He really seems to know where his bearings are at.
Yeah, I didn't want to call it before, but now I am much more willing to, right? Tor has been absolutely on fire, and the way they recovered that last round, having kind of messed about a little bit at the start, kind of shows that, they're certainly going to be feeling confident. Pistol round, though, I live to be proven wrong, and Georgia, they still have a chance to do so. They will need this pistol round.
They showed an absolutely dominating pistol round in the first half, so if they can emulate that kind of performance here, then there's every chance they can get to 6, and from 6, it's just a round-by-round kind of scenario there. And we see Hoishi pushing out there with that pea shooter in his hands. He's going to come to face with a player on the A bomb site, and that's not the fight you want to take. So it looks like they will be retreating and finding an angle where the Glock will be utilized much more effectively.
Expecting that push up mid. Hasn't come yet. We'll see one person on short, and that's QQ going down very, very quickly indeed. Leaf now pushing as well. Does get the better of Ratty.
Great reflexes there from Leaf.
Yeah, they just seem to have the aim. Like, Georgia can't finalize any kills, even when they get the drop on people. So, yeah, really, really tough right now. Got the site, though. And B is super easy to defend.
We do see Hypnos holding that clever angle. You do want to get more than one frag if you're holding a position so forward like that, but there we see great work. So pistols
working out.
They got it. Absolutely. Great work with the pistols there. So let's see if they can bank those rounds, get to 6-12, and maybe cause some concern for these Thailand guys.
We shall see. Thailand, it looks like they're going to... Oh, boy, nope. Was going to say it. Shouldn't call. They were not going to... Do you know, it looks like they're actually going to go with a full buy up with everything they've got. A force buy. Scout in hand for Leaf. A lot of grenades coming through right now. This is a no-holds-barred rush down, and it looks like the players of Signature are aware of this, and they know it's coming.
There you go, just the aggression with that 3 of 5 power there, just taking out all the type players. Leaf still with that scout in hand, but I think the idea of the scout in the second round is to take the players down, at least 2 or 3 of them, and finish them off with those pistols in hand, but unfortunately not doing any damage with that scout. Potentially an option to save at this stage, and he will be sitting between B doors trying to find that frag. And unfortunately, SDK caught in CT with that dig, and I can't imagine he'll be surviving much longer when he gets taken down by the UMP. So the scout has been spotted, and it's going to be a matter of trying to get the SMG aim. But we see Leaf running for his life, trying to protect that scout.
Yeah, you definitely want to hold on to that right now. The scenario basically is that a scout, you know, it's not super important on its own, but it can inflict huge economic damage, in theory, in an eco round, especially when nobody else on your team has any weapons.
There you go. Speaking of which, he finishes off those 2 done. So it's usually in reverse that you try to find the damage with the scout early on. Used to be the old jump scout, but unfortunately that has been nerfed, so it's become a lot harder and meta set by the French scene a while ago.
Yeah, scouts just don't care about the old, when they find the kills. They're just going to care that they've got the kills. And, you know, oh, hello, grenade stack coming. Oh, this could actually be really bad for Georgia. They're going to run straight into these grenades.
The flash very well timed, and Con will get out, so here now they need to retreat or it's going to... Oh,
hello.
Huge damage there done by the USP in those nades. They can finish them off here, so great play eventually actually coming out of it. I thought that flash would have crushed them down, but we do lose game sound, unfortunately. But Kron bringing this round right back, so we see Leaf again with the scouts, and great work there from Kron to bring the round straight back, unfortunately. Look at the players, 9 and 30 is something health. Every chance to win, but unfortunately, I'm not sure why we lost down there, so I do apologize for that, but Kron doing great work there with the AK, keeping calm and controlling that spray to take him down. So
yeah, that was a very close run thing, though, and I think Georgia maybe shouldn't keep rushing long doors.
We do see a heavy presence, and very interesting. Maybe they've done their homework, these Thai guys, watching previous games from Georgia. They do actually want to take this mid-side, so Olivia gets taken down, but we see the trade coming out. So a 4-on-4 situation, and we see more presence than Ratty getting that headshot onto QQ, so they will work this long area, I imagine. Bomb still in bedroom. They're just going to clear out all the angles and maybe reassess. They will be heading back into... No, the bomb still sits in bedroom, actually. So we see Hypnos with that AK lurking around short, but we'll see the 2 players on A side. No one's actually on B, but we do see Leaf very close. So trying to open up that side, but unfortunately gets traded out by Tor. So a 3-on-3 situation, but Tor is very low. No utilities left on the CTs, but much in the same scenario over to the T's as well, so this is going to come down to pure sweet aim.
Yeah, it's got to be playing on the mind of Signature that it could be a rotate. It's not going to be, though. The A split has been shut down before it ever began, and now it's just one man here, Hoisty.
Hoisty. I quite like saying it. Feels good.
It's an odd one.
It
is definitely
an
odd one for a European here. But we can't discount him out of this round yet. All he needs to do is find that kill on Tor, and it becomes a one-on-one for the A side, because Leaf is playing the long game, but he's got loads of time for Hoisty to do this. See if he can find that first kill, though. He's taking a lot of damage. It's going to be real awkward now. No.
And Leaf coming around with that long but effective flank nonetheless, and we see 13 and 6.
Yeah, unfortunately, for all that it was a solid pistol round, solid subsequent 2 rounds, and look, they won both pistols actually now.
They have, so they're the 6 rounds.
Great.
They're the 6 rounds, so unfortunately the only rounds they're getting coming on the back of those very strong pistols. So their pistol plays are quite formidable, but unfortunately getting outplayed every time they do come into a buy round. Those nades not doing too much damage, fortunately for the Georgian player. And we see a much controlled round coming through. Not so much a heavy presence coming from the CTs. Olivia lurking around, maybe going to pop that nade in. Is he going to push? Yeah,
it's Olivia, maybe. I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe if it was Ratty over there or Leaf or one of the aggressive guys, but he's going to play. But here we go. Speaking of which, here's Leaf lurking around. You know, he gets a bit antsy sometimes. He's going to go forward. Nope. So very controlled, not taking anything for granted this time. They know they've got the range, the distance advantage with those rifles in hand. And they're going to just play it slow, let them come to the trap.
Quite a bit of damage done to Kron there. Oh, Olivia also damaging himself. But that's, very minor concern. Kron clearly aware.
Oh my god!
Got the wall banged in. Olivia is right out of there. He's like, this is why I never push.
So a stern and hard lesson there for him, and a great frag there from Hoishti with that dig. So Kron, if only he knew. Ooh, great little angle there. If he picked a little further, there could have been a chance for the frag, but no difference made. It's a 4-on-4, but obviously the firepower in favor of the CT side. Olivia down on 12 health, thanks to that very incredibly fluky Deagle wallbang. Looks like they're going to pay for a mid to B.
Time was ticking. They kind of had to make a move, but running straight into Thailand there and not being able to finalize the kills. The problem with going mid to B when most of your guys are wielding Tech 9s is if someone is watching from that window position, that's going to be pretty tricky to take him out at that range.
It's a hard fight to take. It is, yes, and it's easier to retreat from the window, so probably hoping that someone was playing close, but unfortunately getting shut down there in that mid to B take.
Yeah, very often the case. But
oh no. Oh no, wait.
Is this an ace?
Okay, another one. They've tried it so many times, it's an absolute blood fight, but for the first time in a while, the Georgian guys come out on top, Tor able to get hoisted down there, but very low players once again, so this long play getting met in the head, but nice little flash there, taking that STK, didn't have a chance, fully flashed, and we see the site and the round in full control of the terrorist side.
Leaf going to be the last man now for Thailand, so let's keep our eye on him, but it's going to be a bit tricky as he comes out here. He does see Kron, gets that kill. Let's see if he's going to be able to find any more, but I think, yeah, indeed. Discretion here is the better part of Valor, and he is going to valiantly hide himself in a corner as we see pretty sensible save. The economy situation, I don't think they're going to be able to buy up, at least not a full buy even with that, but maybe I'm discounting the bank of Tor. I'm not quite sure.
So interesting little tactical pause here. Obviously a little bit of banter between the two teams. Signature with a huge buffer in hand. They're calling the pause there. A lot of stuff happening in our players arena right now. And it looks like it's the Australian LoL team that's going crazy. I'm not sure what's happening.
I mean, Australians are all crazy.
But I think one of them. Are they playing China? There's no way they beat China, is it? I don't know. We'll find out later, though. Some LoL coming your way soon on the stream as well after this game. And some Hearthstone as well.
I think it's Hearthstone.
It's Hearthstone? A variety of games coming out today, so stay tuned if you're into any of those. And if you're into CS only, I apologize, I guess.
Yeah, we'll wait till tomorrow.
Wait till tomorrow. We'll have the finals coming up and hopefully a little less lopsided games, but esports there. But still, every chance to come back in this tactical pause. What do you think was spoken about then?
Possibly just taking a moment to cool off and think, oh, okay, well, are we going to be forcing this one up as well? It was a bit of a funny amount of money, and so maybe they needed some time to do the maths. But, having done said maths, they are now going to be moving on with 3 FAMAS, a little bit of an odd one, but Tor certainly equipped as he wants to be with that AWP in hand. Big green cannon going to be doing well for himself. Ooh, Kron though. Around the corner, was not able to finalize any kills. Kyukyu's going to push straight through the smoke. No flash to set him up. The spray comes through from forward, is not finding anything. But
interesting little peek from QQ there.
Yeah, that was ambitious. Tor now though, he's not going to be able to find any more kills. They're not willing. They know where he is. They're not willing to risk going into his crosshair. That being said, STK. I thought STK was the king there, right? But it wasn't so.
Tor there putting that AWP to work, and great work from him round already on 3 frags. Another retake to be played by Thailand.
Molotov comes down to drive him off. These players are awfully low on the health bars. Forward is the last man. Tor is right there. He is going to be finding that.
Oh god, is there anything this dude is not doing with that AWP right now? Great wallbang from him. And he's hit his 30 bomb. Nice. There you go, 30 and 8 for Tor. So great round for him. With lots of confidence, I imagine, for the rest of this tournament.
Yeah, really, really on form for him. But that's the 15th round now there for Thailand. So looking to be taking this one away in the next single point that they get. I think it's going to be a safe bet. Let's see though. Asking for the HP, I'm sure.
And I think...
Wait, hold on. It might not happen.
Before.
Well, it's happened once before, but it's also not happened.
Nope, the players are getting up. So what's happened here? We are on a GOTV delay.
Yeah, sometimes it does that. Sometimes it crashes, sometimes it carries on a little while later. But now it might still crash out later.
Yep.
But that's fine.
Indeed, so we'll see what happens. But
Keep our
it's a bit of a spoiler alert, that freeze.
No, man, this is gonna. It's always possible that it's like a super quick round, and then like the next round, like the final round, is like really quick as well.
That's very true. We see the
Gets run
AWP and AK swap, obviously because of spawn positioning there. And here we see Olivia holding this barrel position out at long, which he has favored, and 7-15. The Tactical is doing absolute wonders. Maybe just calming the heads so close to a win. You don't want to give away cheap rounds and let the comeback train pick up steam. So Thailand just keeping it cool, knowing this game is completely in their control. Nice little buffer there, and we'll see Tor holding short from this long position.
Well, flash comes through. Just going to be chilling, sitting back. They know they've got a man in pit. Tor doesn't have to look that way. He's not yet. He is now going to be making his crosshair point over that way, I'm sure, because you've got the players coming through, and Olivia and Tor both ring out, finding shots. The bomb is actually in pit as well, which is just a double whammy of terrible situation for Georgia. They have to make this push happen, and they're going to have to charge into the AWP. It's not going to work. A very clean round and a very clean game, in fact, in total from Thailand.
Indeed,
There's nothing really to complain about.
Yeah, perfect round to finish off that game, and there you have it.
Man.
Tor, I think he ended up on like, what, 32 or something.
Yeah.
He had a 30 bomb in the 14th round win for their team. So some great rounds coming up from the Thailand guys. Unfortunately, as casters, we may have been a little bit wrong in our prediction, predicting a closer game.
We said it was a very kind of low information guess sort of prediction.
So we did preface everything we said.
Wishful thinking, maybe.
So that will actually be up all from us from the Counter-Strike casting desk. There is that's from me at least. I will see you tomorrow. But Spuddington will be doing some League of Legends, I believe.
Yeah, I'm doing some this afternoon. I think we've got Hearthstone coming up next.
Absolutely.
With Reed Rapid and Aaron Sona. I've forgotten the surnames. And that's actually their surnames.
Absolutely.
In my mind, that's what they are. But that's it for us for now from the Counter-Strike desk. Thanks for watching. We will be back tomorrow.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. It's so much more enjoyable.
Transvision, TV berlangganan yang memberikan pengalaman berbeda, menghadirkan gambar kualitas super dengan tayangan 5 kali lebih tajam. Nikmati ragam channel pilihan kelas dunia dengan 50 channel high definition, ditambah channel eksklusif berkelas, tayangan golf dunia terbaik, dan CNN Indonesia, TV berita kelas dunia berbahasa Indonesia. Pilih Transvision, TV berlangganan yang memberikan pengalaman berbeda. Ayo berlangganan sekarang juga, rasakan bedanya.